Hi, everyone. My name is Tracy. I am with the Oasis for Natural Healing, and we're here today to talk about migraines and headaches. I am with Platinum Chiropractic and Body and Brain Yoga. Together, the three of us are going to be talking about migraines, the causes of migraines, and how you can handle them more in a natural way, because we all know that migraines and headaches are very debilitating. A lot of people are suffer with migraines and headaches on a consistent basis, and a lot of people are debilitated for hours to days to even over a week at a time. And some people are missing work, and it's really affecting everybody's daily life. So, I want to talk to you guys about that. And I, hang on one second, just having some slight difficulties apparently with the computer system. Hang on one second. So we prepared some slides for you, and wanted to talk to you and find out like how migraines are actually affecting you guys on a regular basis. Everybody is by headaches and migraines a little bit differently. You know, how do you feel when a migraine and a headache come up? Is it causing anxiety? Are you guys affected by work? How is it affecting you guys on a daily basis and on a personal level? These things can create a lot of debilitating things throughout the day. And it can affect you emotionally, physically, as well as financially too. Because how many of you guys are missing work? You guys, I don't know about you, but a lot of people, if they don't work, they don't get paid. So let's kind of go into that a little bit. Again, we talked about how it affects you, how it affects your family. Do you miss meetings? Do you miss gatherings with your families? If you guys are moms or dads and you have kids, are you guys not being able to spend time with your kids, quality time with your family? Do you guys get increased anxiety and depression with that? So one of the things that I did want to bring up is the difference between migraines and headaches. Okay, there is a difference. And we're going to kind of briefly go over that because I really want to focus more on the migraines today. But the difference between is, let's talk about headaches real quick. So headaches can last anywhere from 30 minutes or up to 1 week, described as pains or pressure or aching in the head. And you can have several types. So you can have tension headaches, is one of them. And this is the most common one, according to the Mayo Clinic. Triggers can include anxiety, muscle strain, and stress. And then you also have cluster headaches. This usually occurs like on one side of the head or the other, and it can come in waves. And you can have also free periods where you don't have headaches, and then you get like a group of them all at once. So then you can also have sinus headaches. Now, the one thing that is a lot of people confuse sinus headaches with migraines, because it can have so much pressure, and you can get nauseated with sinus headaches. So a lot of people with sinus headaches often confuse those with migraines. You have other symptoms with sinus headaches. You'll get stuffiness, sinus congestion. You can get facial pressure, so pressure in your forehead, pressure in your maxillary sinuses. You can get stuff dripping down the back of your throat. So a lot of the sinus headaches are caused by like allergies, colds, that kind of stuff. Then there's thunderclap headaches. These are the most severe. They're very severe headaches, and these can be a signal that something else is going on underneath. A lot of times you don't want to wait on getting these thunderclap headaches under control. They usually have a very quick onset, usually in 60 seconds or less. And pain can be anywhere in the head, and it often extends to the back of the neck and all the way down to the back. You can have other accompanying symptoms. But the biggest difference is a lot of times people might even have loss of consciousness. They might get very dizzy with this. They can be nauseated, which again can happen with migraines as well. But with migraines, you won't have loss of consciousness. A lot of times you won't have the dizziness either. Um, and if you have a thunderclap headache, you do want to call 911 with this one. This is not to be taken very lightly. Um, so let's go on from headaches to migraines. Now, this is where I really want to concentrate because a lot of people have migraines and they have them. They can have them several times a week. They might only have them a couple times a month. And a lot of people are on medications that, will try to keep them at bay. But again, the medications have a lot of side effects. So we kind of want to, you know, if at all possible, limit the side effects and limit the medications and see if we can get to the root cause of why you have your migraines in the first place. Because if you have a reason why you get migraines, then there's a solution. And if there's a solution, then maybe you don't need medication or maybe you don't need as much medication. And then you don't have to worry about the side effects either. So migraines are severe or intense headache. They have other symptoms than just a pain in the head. A lot of times people with migraines will have nausea with and without vomiting. They can have pain behind the eyes. They might have pain behind the ears. A lot of people are very sensitive to light. They can be sensitive to sound and they can be also sensitive to smells. So smells can trigger the headache, um, or they can make the headache worse. They need a lot of times a quiet area to lay down in, lights off, not a lot of smells, no cooking, very quiet. You can have an aura, which occurs right before the migraine, and the aura is usually an unusual flash of light. It can be an unusual sensation on the skin or tingling or a numbness on the skin. You might get a little bit of brain fog or decreased mental clarity. You might even have a off, like a weird taste in the mouth, or maybe more like a metallic taste. Sometimes like a different sense of smell as well. So these are signs that a migraine is going to be coming on. And that's usually when people will take their preventative medications to kind of maybe help stop the migraine, or maybe it won't be as severe. So causes of migraines. Okay, so emotions are actually a really big cause of migraines. Stress, anxiety, and depression are big ones. It is said that according to the Anxiety Disorders Association of America, people that have anxiety disorders are more likely to experience daily or frequent in migraines. The National Headache Foundation states that repressed emotions can also precipitate, migraine headaches, and the muscle tension often brought by stressful situations can add to the severity of the headache. So again, emotions play a lot in headaches, and again, headaches it's like a vicious cycle, right? So people with migraines turn around and have more anxiety, and the funny thing is that the anxiety can actually bring on the migraines. So, and there's a lot of this anxiety that goes around and around and around with in circles with these people with migraines, and the whole idea is let's stop. We got to stop the cycle somewhere. Okay. Hormones can also play a role in migraines. Many women get migraines right before their menstrual cycle or before menopause begins during the premenopause um, area. Fluctuations of hormones called these hormones called estrogen and progesterone can also lead to migraine. So you have this fluctuation, right? Estrogen levels rise and fall during normal cycles, and these rise and falls of estrogen and progesterone actually can, especially if it's too big, a variant between the two estrogen and progesterone, can actually lead to migraines. Birth control pills also play a lot in hormones. So women on birth control pills may also experience an increase in migraines as well. So, and then I'm going to briefly talk about also spine misalignment, and that will actually be discussed in depth with Platinum Chiropractic. Because if your spine is misaligned, right, you're going to be pressing on nerves, you're going to be pulling tension in your neck. that can lead to migraine. It can definitely lead to tension headaches. So, and again, there's a lot of other headaches too that are involved with that. So spine misalignment is also a big portion and a big cause of headaches as well. So more things about causes of headaches, toxins. According to the hair tissue mineral analysis experts, toxins actually play a major role in headaches and migraines. Research suggests that the following toxins can lead to migraines and headaches: cadmium, lead, iron, and manganese. So, and what I wanted to actually talk to you about this is I'm not talking about like the iron that you actually need. So, and I discussed that in a different video about uh, heavy metal toxins versus minerals. So, depending on how the minerals are processed or where you're getting your minerals from, it can either be a toxic, considered a heavy metal and can be toxic, or it can actually be a mineral in which your body needs. So that was discussed in an earlier video about that, and I could talk for hours on that. But yeah, so those are some heavy metals that can actually cause a lot of migraines and lead to frequent headaches. Mineral deficiencies also can lead to frequent headaches and migraines, such as copper deficiency, magnesium deficiency, zinc, and you might have normal blood work. And this is what I want to really stress. So you might have like your minerals and your vitamins all checked and everything like that. And it might be in the normal range, but you have to understand that your blood work is being compared to everybody else's. What's normal for you might not be normal for somebody else. So you could be in the normal range, but that doesn't really mean that it's normal for you. Okay. I don't know if that makes any sense, but that's the best way that I can describe it. And diet. Diet is also a big, huge part in headaches and migraines. So a high sugar, high carbohydrate diet actually can cause fluctuations in blood sugar levels. And these fluctuations in blood sugar levels actually can cause migraines. So there's a book written by Dr. Alexander, I'm not going to pronounce his name correctly. It's called The End of Migraine. I'm not even going to try. It's called The End of Migraines, and it's 150 ways to stop your pain. And he states sugar is not always an obvious trigger. Many people develop migraine hours after carbohydrate-rich food. 3/4 of people with migraines have reactive hypoglycemia. This means that their blood sugar drops too low after a carbohydrate-rich meal, which can actually trigger your headache or migraine. And sugar and carbohydrate are also inflammatory foods. They cause a lot of inflammation. So not only can they cause headaches and trigger other things, but they can cause musculoskeletal pain too, and actually inflammation throughout your whole entire body. Sugar is also known to lead to mineral deficiencies, which we just stated that a lot of mineral deficiencies also turn around and create migraines and headaches. So there's kind of this huge circle about diet and inflammation and pain, which, by the way, also diets high in carbohydrates and sugars also increase anxiety and increase depression, which of course then also leads to more headaches and more migraines. And you kind of can see a little bit of the correlation and a little bit of the vicious cycle that can happen. So migraines again. So nutritional deficiencies can lead to migraines, which also can lead to organ dysfunction. And obviously, if your organs are not functioning properly, can also actually cause other things like migraines and nutritional deficiencies. It's a huge vicious cycle. So we have to stop it somewhere, right? And what I want you to do is actually, where you see the word migraines, I want you to actually put sugar there, because as we just discussed, sugar causes nutritional deficiencies, which can cause organ dysfunction, and that can cause basically your migraines and a whole bunch of other things, and increase, mental dysfunction. That's an organ, your brain's an organ, right? So that can lead to headaches and other things as well. And by the way, sugar and diets high in carbohydrates and nutritional deficiencies also lead to subluxations, which are basically misalignment of the spine as well. So, how do we handle all of this? And how do we take care of this? And how do we take care of the sugars? How do we take care of the carbohydrates? How do we take care of the toxins? That's you kind of want to know how to handle all of this. And how we can do this is through something called nutrition response testing. Nutrition response testing is actually it's a form of muscle testing, and it's a form of applied kinesiology. And what we do is we use acupressure points to find out what organs are not functioning properly. And then the underlying cause, is it heavy metals? Is it heavy chemicals? Is it food intolerances? What's causing the organ? Why do you have your headaches in the first place? Right? Because if I just give you a natural supplement, I'm just giving you a natural band aid. We actually want to get to the root cause and really find out why you're having your headaches in the first place. So nutrition response testing is just that. It's a nice technique that actually will help me find out why you have your symptoms in the first place. Why do you have your migraines? And then it's design clinical nutrition. So it's specifically geared for what your body specifically needs. And through this technique, it takes the guesswork out. We can use the same technique to find out exactly the right supplements, the right nutrients that your body needs in order to take care of the underlying cause and support the organs naturally. So that and each person is going to be a little bit different because, you might have, somebody in the same family who suffer from migraines. One person, it might be from heavy metals. Another person, it might be from food intolerances. And so their nutritional supplements are going to be completely different. So it's actually geared for each person. And the cool thing about this is that it takes the guesswork out. There is no guessing. So it's using your body to find out exactly what is needed and the underlying cause. So it actually saves time and it saves money. There's been a lot of people that I've been able to help with a lot of different symptoms, chronic pain, headaches, diabetes, just a whole bunch of different things. And this technique is actually one of the things that really has helped me with my own health as well, with chronic pain, with inflammation, with skin issues. And then, of course, combining it with chiropractic, with working on emotions, balancing out energy using meditation. So doing all of these things together really help your body heal and being able to actually do what it needs to do, because your body is an amazing tool and it can heal itself when it's given the right nutrients, when it's given the right tools, to so to speak. So if you are interested or want a consultation, here is some information. So this is the Oasis for Natural Healing. It's inside Body and Brain Yoga. And then I want to introduce Karen. She's with Platinum Chiropractic. Oh, and don't forget to, if you have any comments or questions, don't forget to actually ask them and put that in the comments section, because we'll be more than happy to respond to them if you have any further questions, okay?
Hello. I'm Karen from Platinum Chiropractic in Palos Heights, Illinois. My husband, Rory Morello, is the physician there. Talking about headaches. So as Tracy stated, if you have a headache, you're not alone. 9 out of 10 Americans suffer from headaches. Some are occasional, some are frequent, some are dull and throbbing, some cause debilitating pain and nausea. Been there. What do you do when you suffer from a pounding headache? Do you grit your teeth and just carry on, lie down, pop a pill and hope the pain goes away? There are better alternatives. Spinal manipulation is one of the primary treatments provided by doctors of chiropractic, and it may be an effective treatment option for tension headaches and headaches that originate in the neck. There's a 2014 report in the Journal of Manipulative and Physiological Therapeutics, the JMPT, that found that interventions commonly used in chiropractic care improved outcomes for the treatment of acute and chronic neck pain. And Increased benefit was shown in several instances where a multimodal approach to neck pain had been used. Multimodal means more than one method of treatment. So combining adjustments with acupuncture, combining adjustments with massage therapy. There's any number of different tools in our office's arsenal. Also, a 2011 GMPT study found that chiropractic care, including spinal manipulation, can improve migraine and cervicogenic headaches. Cervicogenic headaches are the ones that are they're coming from your neck. They're coming from tense muscles, an injury, a whiplash injury, a fall, postural, sitting and hunched over, working on a computer, looking at your phone, just bad posture techniques altogether. Tracy touched on triggers for headaches, and she talked about foods, environmental stimuli, noises, light, stress, etc., and or behaviors. Insomnia can cause headaches, excessive exercise, lack of exercise, blood sugar changes. The list goes on. About 5% of all headaches are warning signals caused by physical problems. The remaining 95% are primary headaches, such as tension headaches, migraines, cluster headaches, sinus headaches, and as mentioned, cervicogenic headaches. These types of headaches are not caused by disease. The headache itself is actually the primary concern. The greatest majority of primary headaches are associated with muscle tension in the neck. Today, Americans engage in more sedentary activities than in the past. More hours are spent in one fixed position or posture, such as sitting in front of a computer. This can increase joint irritation and muscle tension in the neck, the upper back, and scalp, causing your head to ache. Handheld devices coupled with poor posture have been a more recent contributor, and the effects can be debilitating. So what can you do? The American Chiropractic Association offers the following suggestions to prevent headaches. If you spend a large amount of time in a fixed position, such as in front of a computer, on a sewing machine, typing, reading, etc., take a break and stretch every 30 minutes to an hour. The stretches should take your head and neck through a comfortable range of motion. Low impact exercise may also help relieve the pain associated with primary headaches. However, if you're prone to dull throbbing headaches, avoid heavy exercise. Try walking, low impact aerobics, stretching, Tai Chi. There's any number of things that you can do. Avoid teeth clenching. Your upper teeth shouldn't touch your lowers except when you're chewing. This actually results in stress in the temporomandibular joints, the two joints that connect your jaw to your skull, leading to TMJ irritation and another form of tension headaches. Also, drink plenty of water every day to avoid dehydration, which is a huge cause of headaches, especially in the summer. So what can your chiropractor do? Your chiropractor may do one or more of the following if you suffer from a primary headache. Perform a spinal manipulation or chiropractic adjustment to improve spinal function and alleviate stress on your system. Recommend complementary modalities that can help, such as acupuncture, massage, electrical stim, ultrasound, and or cold laser therapy, all of which we offer at Platinum Chiropractic. Doc also can provide nutritional advice, and maybe recommend a change in diet and possibly the addition of supplements, although we would defer to Tracy on that because she's a lot more in depth with that and much more finessed for accuracy. Doctor can offer advice on posture, ergonomics, work postures, exercises, and relaxation techniques. So this is all to help relieve the recurring joint irritation and tension in the muscles of the neck and the upper back. Doctors of chiropractic undergo extensive training to help their patients in many ways beyond just the treatment of low back pain. They know how tension in the spine relates to problems in other parts of the body and can help take steps to relieve those problems. Dr. Morello is a certified sports physician. So in addition to regular chiropractic, he also specializes in athletes. all ages, all abilities, and general chiropractic for all ages. We have 6 kids ourselves, athletes and not, and we rely on chiropractic to keep us all on the move and headache free. Bringing your physical, emotional, and spiritual self into alignment is an integral key to whole wellness. And I'd like to introduce Master Chunbit of Body and Brain to bring more of what she offers, more amazing tools that you can apply for your whole well-being. No, you don't want to see me.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Lidia Tamurinas. I go by name Chanbit. I work at Body and Brain Yoga Tai Chi and have been practicing here for about 9 years. And today I would like to share some of the concepts and some of the techniques, what you can do to alleviate, to release the headaches, and at the same time to prevent migraine headaches in the long run. So before we go further, I would like to share some information. Here you go. One moment. Okay. So this is the primary condition. And today I would like to talk about energy and energy circulation in our body. So what happens when we use a lot of computer work, reading, or itself a lot of thinking, analyzing, and not moving enough. Body movement is very important in optimum health. So here in this diagram, if you're looking at this picture on the left side, this is reversed energy flow. So, and we can actually check. I really like doing this. Checking in, if you're listening now, check your forehead, check back of your neck, and see the temperature here. If you feel your head is hot, forehead is hot, neck is hot, that means a lot of mental energy you have been using. Whether you're using for work or thinking and maybe not moving enough, it means your head is pulling the rest of the body's energy into the mental task or function. So this is what you might experience, and you feel, if you touch, you feel this is a lot of heat here, a lot of heat in the back of your neck. Your hands maybe tend to be cold, and your feet usually tend to be cold. If you put your hand on your abdomen, on the skin, you also may feel that your abdomen is cooler temperature than your forehead, than your head. Then again, what that means, you have more energy flowing in, you're using more mental power, mental tasks, than using your whole body. So that's, again, on the left side, that's the reversed energy flow. And you may feel like a dry nose, dry mouth, poor circulation, indigestion, yes, and wet and cold hands. Sometimes this is you might be feeling, or some other symptoms, like, for example, difficulty sleeping, difficulty falling asleep, or maybe like fatigue, tiredness. You feel like, oh, I don't want to move today, I don't want to do anything, and even did not begin really do anything, already the body feels exhausted and tired. So for optimum functioning, this is what we need. We need have on the right side this energy flow. We call cool energy flowing into the head and warm energy moving into the abdomen. For mental tasks, for clarity, for being peaceful and balanced, we really need a lot of coolness in our head. And then for proper digestion, for toxin elimination, nutrient absorption, we need a lot of heat in our gut, in our up in our abdomen. So then when we have energy flow the way it's supposed to be, this is what happens. We have cool brain, peaceful. We feel peaceful. We have moist nose and mouth, good circulation. So you feel your hands are warm, feet are warm. Even if it's outside, it's not at warm temperature. Your actually hands and feet are pretty warm. And then warm intestine, good digestion. So these are the very, very basic examples. There are more examples. Um, when already goes into a headache, so today as we're talking about headaches and migraines, when it goes in a headache, it means in the long, and especially migraine, in the long term, it means we have been overusing a lot of our brain capacity. It could be we're worrying about something, we're feeling stressed, we're feeling unhappy, there is something internally really, really bothering. The other thing could be, as Dr. Tracy mentioned, that it would could be toxins. It could be also as Dr. Karen mentioned, a misalignment. So that also can cause those headaches as well. Now, what can we do? So I like sharing. I shared last time. I'm gonna share today the golden principle of health. So it's just like in universe, universal principles lie behind our health, like natural laws. And to be healthy, we need to understand the principles of health and live according to them. So it's just like kind of funny picture here. You see apple falling down. Regardless whether we know or we don't know, that's the law. That's what is happening. So the same thing with our health. When we follow, when we know those principles, we're easier able to align with that and then help what is happening, whether it's headaches, whether migraines, or anything else is happening in our body. But what is important, it is important to know basic principles and then utilizing and really, really taking action to change either habits, patterns. So here, I would like to share this slide, sympathetic and parasympathetic nervous system. So this is what actually, when we're talking about stressful life, when it could happen something in the past long ago. Maybe I'm worrying about my life, something in the future, about job, about family, about all of these, the external world, what's gonna happen. We're activating the sympathetic nervous system. So what that means, constantly our body lives in inflamed state. Our organs are becoming stressed. Now, if our organs stressed, our digestive system is being affected. So then in that case, we eat food. Today's food is not the best quality. So there's a lot of toxins, a lot of heavy metals, and so then our body has a difficulty eliminating that. Now, those chemicals then start binding in our tissues and affecting also DNA, affecting brain function. So then again, how can we change that? We can change by activating parasympathetic nervous system. Parasympathetic nervous system is rest and digest. When we activate parasympathetic nervous system, our breath becomes slower and deeper. Heart rate changes, and then we have better elimination and then better nutrient absorption. So then again, body is a perfect place to begin. Now, it does not matter what state where we are, what we have. You may feel I have right now so much headache and migraine that is a very, very uncomfortable. Well, of course, at that time it's very difficult to move. Then we can do breathing exercises. So then just simply taking in breathing, focusing on bringing our breath deeper. Perfect place to work on your solar plexus. And I'll explain a little bit about the vagus nerve, because when you're stimulating the vagus nerve, it helps to also activate parasympathetic nervous system. Activates parasympathetic nervous system, you're naturally entering into your body, naturally enters in a healing state. So here, going back, so this is what it helps us when we do in this way, when we catch ourselves, or even before, ideally, if we can catch before and manage our condition, physical condition, emotional. But if we have already pain and if we have already headaches, then knowing the principles, keep your head cool, your belly warm. Check your head hot, hands cold. That means we need to bring a little bit more energy in the core. And you can do that no matter what place you are and what health state you are. Yes, so here I mentioned a little bit about the vagus nerve. So when vagus nerve, it helps really activate parasympathetic nervous system. Again, how can we do that? Can we really directly stimulate the vagus nerve? It's probably hard, but actually we can use even our fingers and just simply pressing on above your 2 inches above your belly button on solar plexus. By pressing on that point, it helps to activate your vagus nerve. Again, if, for example, already you're in a state where it's a lot of pain and lots of discomfort, then just simply breathing and focusing on deepening your breath, you're able already to calm the brain and bring more blood flow, more circulation into the gut, into your hands, into your feet. And this, so this is I'm just sharing here. More you can find in the book called Water Up, Fire Down. Exercises, read about this principle and also experience. If you like to know more information, definitely you can give us a call. You can do a session and actually experience that and see how it changes. And now I'm going to stop sharing this. And I also would like to share a few techniques, a few things that you can do. So for example, in the other talk, I shared the body tapping. Body tapping is a very effective exercise. It really helps to calm central nervous system. And then it helps also to move chi through your whole body, through your hands, through your head, through your entire body. And then that also helps to circulate and move blood. So like this, you can just simply tap around your shoulders, your chest area, because this is where we're holding a lot of tension. And breathe out, breathe in through your nose slowly, and breathe out through your mouth. Exhale, like that. Then, now, if of course there is a lot of tension in the head and you feel very, very painful, it's hard to move your head. So then in that case, just simply gently tapping and breathing. Breathing deeply through your nose and breathe out through your mouth. Exhale. Exhale, breathe in through your nose and breathe out through your mouth. Very good. So just like that, tapping your chest, your ribs, also your abdomen. Your abdomen, you can tap longer, stay a little bit longer because your abdomen needs a little bit more heat. So by this, you're bringing more blood, you're bringing more chi, and your blood and chi circulates more to your hands, to your feet, through your rest of the body. At the same time, your brain becomes more relaxed. And breathe out. Breathe in through your nose, breathe out through your mouth. And even you can add a little bit sound like sighing. Everything exhaling. Breathe in through your nose and breathe out through your mouth. Just like that. Breathe in and breathe out. Then you can tap your thighs and all the way down to your feet, to your toes. And after finishing tapping, gently move your hands back and forth. You can close your eyes, straighten your spine. What is important? Straighten your spine. Tuck your chin and gently move your hands back and forth. Breathe in slowly and breathe out everything. Take a deep breath in through your nose and breathe out through your mouth. Your breath in is a little bit slower, shorter, and your breath out longer. About 3 times longer than your breath in. Breathe in through your nose. For a little bit, hold your breath and breathe out through your mouth. And pause again at the end. Breathe in slowly. You can count to about 2, 3. Hold your breath for about 2, 3 seconds. And then breathe out. Slowly. Then again, pause. Breathe in deeply through your nose. Hold your breath and breathe out through your mouth. Just like that. And then hold your breath again at the end. Inhale slowly. Observe your breath. How deep your breath. Is it just moving, your chest moving, or do you feel like already your solar plexus moving in your abdomen? When your breath becomes deeper, your diaphragm descends deeper, and you're able to inhale more and exhale. Your breath becomes deeper and longer. And this is what we want. We want to increase our breathing capacity. The more you're able to, the longer your breath, the better for your circulation, metabolism. Breathe in slowly and breathe out everything. Very good. Now bring your hands just facing each other and just feel the space between your palms. Palms. Your hands connected to your heart. If you have something on your mind, something is weighing, bothering, just simply stay in this space and observe what you're feeling without taking as good or bad, just simply there, let it be. And continue breathing. Be aware of your breath. And observe what you're sensing in your body while you're doing this. Very good. Inhale slowly and exhale. Very good. Put your hands on your chest and gently massage your chest clockwise. Sweep down toward your feet. Sweep down all the way down. Now, about the vagus nerve. So this is your belly button, about 2 inches above your belly button. And you can actually, with your fingers, press a little bit and just feel. Find a point that's a little bit painful, a little bit has discomfort. And keep pressing there gently, gently like this with your fingers. And if you can, very gently move your head. Why do we do that? To activate your brainstem. Brainstem activate parasympathetic nervous system. That is why we're moving our head like this, moving. Sometimes it's hard to coordinate, so you can just simply then stay with the hand motion and pressing, focusing on that point. And then your breath. Again, breathe in through your nose, breathe out, short breaths out. Breathe in through your nose and breathe out through your mouth. Like that. And then pause. Breathe in through your nose, hold your breath, and then press. Breathe out. Breathe in, and then breathe out. Just like this. Now again, if this is difficult to coordinate, just simply press. Keep pressing that point and breathe the way it's comfortable for you. Because at the beginning, it might be hard to coordinate everything. And so then just keep focusing on pressing on that point. And exhale, like that. Breathe in and breathe out. Good. So you can do for about a minute or two, and then inhale, push your solar plexus forward, hold your breath for about 5 seconds, and then breathe out, push in deeply, and move your spine a little bit, bend a little bit forward. Exhale. Hold about 5 seconds. Then again, breathe in. Push your solar plexus forward, hold your breath. And then again, breathe out. Count to about 5. Exhale. Hold your breath. 5 seconds. Then again, inhale. Hold your breath. 5 seconds. And breathe out again. And hold for about 5 seconds. Then again, inhale. And exhale. Very good. Return. And again, you can tap a little bit. Tap your abdomen. Lower portion, large intestine, you can use fist to tap to bring again more circulation, more energy there. And breathe out. Now, if you can, this time it's a little bit easier to move your head. and breathe out. Breathe in through your nose and breathe out through your mouth. Very good. And now softer, softer, slower. Now open your hands again. Inhale slowly and exhale. Bring your palms facing each other. You can close your eyes, breathe in deeply, and breathe out. Feel the space between your hands. Observe your breath. If your breath is now deeper. And again, just observe without giving any meaning, good or bad. Just observe as it is. Breathe in slowly, open your hands, and breathe out. Very good. Inhale slowly and exhale. Very good. Good. Open your arms, breathe in slowly, and breathe out everything. 2 more times. Inhale slowly, gather energy, and exhale everything. This motion alone is helping to bring more heat in your abdomen, bringing heat energy from your head, moving down to your core. And now massage your abdomen and sweep down, sweep down. So these are just a few things that I shared. There is more to that. There are way more things that you can do. A lot of times we use this tool in the classes. It's a very effective tool, especially with the headaches, with help to release. That's what we use a lot. And we can share. You can give us a call or send an email. We can share a little bit more about the different techniques and different ways how you can manage your energy and prevent those stronger headaches and like migraines and other conditions as well. So I just want to thank you. And right now, again, I would like to bring back Tracy and she'll share a little bit more. Thank you. Thank you for joining.
Hi, everyone. So thank you again for coming and watching. Just wanted to reiterate, if you guys have any questions, don't hesitate to either reach out to chiropractic, Platinum Chiropractic, the Oasis for Natural Healing, or Body and Brain Yoga. We also, as far as Body and Brain Yoga and the Oasis for Natural Healing, we do long distance. So if you're not in the area, or you know somebody who's suffering from headaches, migraines, or any other type of health concern, we can definitely help. We do virtual visits as well. Platinum Chiropractic, again, is in Palos Heights, so not too far from Orland Park. If you're in the area, please stop by and check them out. Don't hesitate to reach out to one of us. Please don't forget to like, comment, and you can go to all 3 of our Facebook pages to find out more information about how to become healthy naturally. We have a lot of health tips on all 3 of the pages. So Body and Brain Yoga of Orland Park, the Oasis for Natural Healing, and Platinum Chiropractic. All right. And if you have any health topics that you would like discussed, please let us know. We'd love to, give you any information that you guys want. So let us know if there's a health concern that you would like to learn more about. All right. Thank you.